Alrighty, how we doing, folks? So, to be clear, before the alphabet boys get their panties all in a bunch, my previous video, I was not suggesting or insinuating, implying anything that anyone attack the government. I've always said, dumbest thing you can do, especially if you're a lone wolf. They'll just make an example of you a martyr. Because remember, violence is never the answer for you. But apparently it's always the answer for them. They just bomb the shit out of whoever they want. But it's never the answer for you. So, no, I'm not suggesting that we've flown that coop long ago. Way past that stage of the game. What stage are we in now? We're in the Trump Part 2. His second presidency. What do we got? We started with Ice Capades. That was all theater, and I'm not saying any incident was fake, whatever, but that was all a narrative being laid out that we're really trying to get those immigrants out. But when you really look at it, and the numbers they were selling us that had been let into the country versus the numbers they've actually gotten out is ridiculous. So, and it was designed that way. And it was all to show the resistance of the Democrats and blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, and to further stoke the political strife and keep us fighting each other so we're not looking at the Epstein files and the... So, since that's what seems to get people passionate about their disgustingly criminal and corrupt government, we'll run with that. So, we get the Ice Capades to make people think, oh yeah, that's really what it's about. That's what Trump campaigned on. Well, the Ice Capades are over now. We're into the Iron Eagle portion of the program now, where Louis Gossett Jr. and his little teenage pilot buddy are going to go save the world from evil Iranians. So now we're seeing the truth of the whole ICE agenda come out. Because when, not if, but when the imminent incoming false flag happens, we'll see what the entire immigrant agenda was truly about, is when, don't worry America, the unifying incident to get America reunited is coming when we're attacked, and it's blamed on, I'm guessing, maybe some Iranians and there's gotta be the domestic helper in part, so that we can implement the biometric digital ID on everybody, not just the immigrants. And this is what the entire ICE agenda, the whole has been about, so that when this false flag happens, whatever it is, I've already talked about the missile, so they're ramping up the sleeper cell, agenda, whatever it is, rest assured that it will be to implement the biometric tracking system. Whether incrementally or they just Patriot Act us into it, just like Department of Homeland Security and all of that. Christy, no. So, while it was theater to lay out the narrative, apparently Christy Noem and all her little cohorts got pretty rich off running some ad campaigns, $220 million for like 5 to 10 commercials that just ran repeatedly, starring Christy Noem. To be fair, $215 million of it went to her makeup budget, so only $5 million got divvied up between all her little minions, I guess. So, all I see is like when it started, people are out there going, it's a distraction from the Epstein files. I'm like, you people realize the Epstein files were created for a reason. I think we're seeing the reason happening right now. It was, everybody seems pretty aware that it was Israel Epstein was working for. And doesn't it seem like Israel has us kind of doing their bidding, sacrificing more of our children? So anyways, just wanted to get out there again what the tea leaves are showing me. And to anyone under the delusion that this ICE thing was ever about getting rid of these immigrants or anything, no. Get ready. You're going to find out what it's been about the entire time. More power, more control from the exposed child trafficking pedos that lord over us from the government and their fascist partner corporations. No big deal. Just another day in America. Y'all have a good one. God bless you. Walk with Christ. You'll be all right.